Hello, I am Miss Ann, and welcome to Speedy Science. Each week in this program, we do a fast and fun science activity that you can fit into your busy schedule. This week, we are going to make a color mixing wheel. For this activity, you will need a piece of string, a square of cardboard, a measuring tape or ruler, a large plastic cup, and a small plastic cup, some markers in red, blue, and yellow, a black permanent marker, and a pair of scissors. The first thing we want to do is make our actual color mixing wheel. So first, take your piece of cardboard and put it down. Then, take your large cup and put the top large size down in the center and trace it with the permanent marker. And there you have it. Now we have a circle on the permanent marker on our cardboard. Now you want to take the smaller size of your plastic cup and put it directly in the middle of the circle. Then you'll want to go ahead and trace again that middle size with your Sharpie again. Do the best you can to get it in the middle of the cup. If you want to measure and make sure you have it in the right spot, that can really help. It's okay if it's not perfect, but the closest you can get, the better. And now we have our second circle. You see how a little bit came off the end? That's okay. Remember, in science sometimes we're going to make mistakes, but we keep trying, and that's what matters. Now, you're going to take your small plastic cup and put the tiny bottom side down in the middle of your middle circle to make the tiniest circle yet. So again, you want to do your best to get it kind of lined up in the middle, and then take your permanent marker and trace that circle. And there we have it. Now we've got 3 circles inside each other. Now, what you want to do is go ahead and take your ruler or measuring tape and put a line directly in the middle of the largest circle. Then you're going to want to draw a straight line going across the center of all 3 circles. And there you have it. So you see how I have now 6 different sections? Now we're going to go ahead and color each section. So take now your colored red, yellow, and blue markers, and let's go ahead and start with the red. Looking from the top, we're going to color this topmost section red, and this middle section on the bottom. When you color, you want to get as much of the color mixed in as totally possible. You want to see as liquor brown as you can. this top red section and this middle red section. Right now it kind of looks like a Pokeball. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our blue marker, and we're going to color this bottom section and this middle section on the top. And now we have that blue section at the bottom and in the middle colored in. So now for our last two sections in the middle and the bottom, we're going to go ahead and color those yellow. So take your yellow marker and color the last two sections. And there we have it. Now I have my entire circle colored in. So now what we're going to do is take your pair of scissors and go ahead and cut around the outside of the widest circle so you can cut the whole thing out. And if you need a caregiver or grown-up to help you with this, go ahead and ask for help. So now it's all cut out, just like that. So now we're going to go ahead and poke two holes in the middle. So you want them in the middle on the center line about 1/2 inch apart. And again, if you need a grown-up to help you with this, go ahead and ask for help. And there we have it.
And here's a close-up. So at this stage, this is what it should look like. One circle with different sections and two tiny holes in the middle.
Now we're going to go ahead and take our piece of string and string it through the middle of the circle. So we're going to go ahead and take your circle so the color side is facing you, and take one end of your string. You know, these strings are really long, so it might take you a moment to find the end. Then go ahead and put it through one of the holes so it comes out the other side. One thing that can help is to lick the end of the string so it doesn't get stuck on the cardboard as much. and pull it out the back. And then go ahead and take it and put it through the other hole so it's coming out the other side. If you find that your hole's too small, you can always carefully go ahead, stick your scissors back in it to clean it up a bit and to make sure that the end is nice, the middle part is nice and clean. Kind of wiggle the scissors around. Okay. Just make sure if you ask for a grown-up's help if you need it. Go ahead and pull it through. So now you've got your thread on this string. So you want to go ahead and put the two ends together so they're around equidistant from your color wheel. It's about the same distance. And then you're going to take those ends and tie them in a knot a few times. Now when we spin our wheels, we're going to spin them pretty quickly. So you want to tie this knot a few times to make sure that it stays. I usually tie the knot at least 3 times. So there's one knot. There's 2 knots. And there's 3 knots. So now it's nice and secure. You can even go ahead and pull it to make sure that it's going to stay. Then you're going to go ahead and take this back part of that string that's on the back of your disc and go ahead and pull it in the back. So now what you want is to essentially have your string be on equal sides of your disc. So your disc is kind of in the middle. So go ahead and put your hands through these new loops that you made. So it's equal side on both sides of the disc. You're going to pull it. See how it's hanging nice and flat? And you want to hold the string so that you can really see the disc is even. So you see how even that disc is? Okay, you're going to take your string and it's like you're doing a jump rope. You're going to go ahead and just kind of gently flick it around. Just gently up and down in a circle. If it spins around, that's okay. Just kind of gently get it to go a few times in a circle. And now, pull it tight and watch it go. I'll do that again so you guys can see it. You're going to pull it, and then the colors will blend. Do you guys see how it's making the different colors? Go, hold close to the camera. Those colors, when they're blending, that's what we're looking for, those blended colors. And the faster you get it to go, the more colors will blend and the more you'll get one single color. So you can do it really fast, okay? You ready? Here we go. Isn't that cool? So you can keep doing that as much as you want. And I know it can take a bit of time to get the twisting right, and that's okay. Just make sure that when you fling it around like a jump rope, that you keep your disc going straight up and down like this, on that side angle. And then you can go ahead and turn it to see the colors blend. Isn't that cool? Now that we saw what happened today, let's talk about why. When we made our color wheel, we used the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And because when we spin our discs, we spin them so quickly, our brain can't perceive the different colors that quickly. So instead, it goes straight to seeing the secondary colors, purple and orange and green. The faster and faster you spin, the more secondary colors you see, and the less you'll see of the primary colors. Isn't that cool? I'm so glad you joined us for this week of Speedy Science. Be sure to take a picture of your color wheels and email them to us at the Alsop Library's Youth Services email address and let us know how your color wheels came out. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye! Hello, I am Miss Ann, and welcome to this week's bonus activity. In today's video, we made a mixing color wheel by using cardboard and colored markers and string. Another way that you can do this activity is to compare what happens when you mix primary colors and secondary colors. In today's video, we use all the primary colors: red, blue, and yellow. So what would happen if you use, along with the primary colors, secondary colors like purple and green or orange? Go ahead and make a second wheel, or you can even use the back side of the wheel that you made, but this time make some of the sections primary colors and some of the sections secondary colors that use that as a primary color. What happens? Be sure to email us and let us know. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye!
Hello everyone, I am Miss Ann, and now we're going to talk about some amazing books you'll love to read. These are all books that you can check out from the awesome Merrimack Park Public Library's Youth Services Department. Please contact the Youth Services Department if you have any questions. Because today's activity was to make a color mixing wheel, all of these books are about wheels. Our first book today is The Runaway No-Wheeler by Peter Stein. Tony is an 18-wheeler truck, and he is proud of each and every one of his 18 wheels. He loves his job of driving things around town to help people. But one day, something terrible happens. While he's driving, one of his wheels falls off. And then another, and then another. Oh no! Can Tony make it to his delivery on time? This is a really funny story about losing your wheels, and it also has great times to count and really cool illustrations. So if you're looking for a funny book about counting, this is a great choice. This is The Runaway No-Wheeler by Peter Stein. Our next book today is The Wobbly Wheels by Mcdonald. Twins Carlos and Carmen love to ride their bikes with training wheels. But one day, the papa tells them that it's time for them to learn how to ride their bikes without the training wheels. Carmen is very excited, but Carlos is a little nervous. What if he falls or gets hurt? This is a really fun book about learning to ride a bike. Along with really cool characters, the book also uses Spanish words throughout the whole text, so you can get to learn some cool Spanish words as well. This is The Wobbly Wheels by Mcdonald. Our next book today is Rump by Lisa Shirtliff. Rumpelstiltskin is tired of his name, and he's sick of being bullied for it. So when he finds a special spinning wheel that allows him to spin gold, he thinks his luck has finally changed. Unfortunately, though, it hasn't. In fact, the spinning wheel is spinning him right into a curse. With the help of his friend Little Red Riding Hood, can Rumpelstiltskin find a way to break the curse and save himself? This is a really funny, cool retelling of the fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin. If you like different versions of fairy tales, this is the book for you. Our last book today is Wheel Lugers by Derrick Zobo. If you like construction equipment, this is the book for you. Wheel lugers are cool machines that can be used to move anything. They do all kinds of different activities, and they're really helpful on construction sites. This book is filled with amazing, clear photographs of different wheel lugers in action, and all the different types of things they move, from hauling logs to snowplows. This is a really fun book for construction lovers. Thank you so much for joining us for this week of Speedy Science. Remember, these are just a few of the many books about wheels that we have at the awesome Merrimack Park Public Library's Youth Services Department. If you need help finding these or any other books, please contact us at the Youth Services Reference Desk, and we will be happy to assist you. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye!